Well, initially I worked in the industry. Well, this actually in my 20s I worked in the tourism industry prior to joining the sort of networking arena, where I started off as a salesman for a fibre optic company. I worked there for a couple of years, and then I moved on to another business where I was promoted as a sales manager. And then after about 4 years, my late 20s, I decided that early 30s actually, that time to have a go at doing this myself.
Yeah.
The businesses that I worked for, the company that I worked for, the last company that I worked for, they had a very basic software package. They ran off, they had a separate CRM module, and they had a separate accounts module, and then they had a stock order processing software system. And it was always kind of disjointed. So one thing we did when we started Network Centre, we thought was paramount, is we needed to get the infrastructure of the business right.
Yeah.
So what we needed to have good premises, we needed to have good stock, and we needed a decent software system.
Yeah.
We spoke to various software companies about the system, and we decided that Chaos Control would be best suited to our needs because it had the stock ordering, it had the accounts, it had the purchasing, it had the sales, and the CRM module all rolled into one.
Yeah.
When we initially started, we distributed fibre optic cable components and the related products around it. And Chaos, and I think because we do the fibre optic cable, Chaos could do stock control and batch control. Obviously with the batch control, it's up to us to determine which batch of cables to take it off. So a lot of systems auto batch, they'll auto stock control it, so they'll be taking the cable off the wrong drums, or they'll try and take it off several drums. But Chaos engineered it that the stock would automatically allocate, but the batch would be down to us to decide which reel of cable for it to come off. Well, we started in fibre optic cable, and then we moved backwards into structured cabling, and then we moved into voice cable. So over the 4 or 5 years, we organically built up our stock profile. It's kind of been seamless. I think the fact is there hasn't been any issues, major issues. Actually, it says that it's worked fine. You know, if we are having to come to you and saying, can we do this, can we do that, it shows that there have been glitches in the system. But the fact is that we've just got hold of it and we've run with it, and we've done some developments we thought would benefit us. We're always trying to make tweaks, trying to make it the perfect system. In an ideal world, everything would be run on Chaos, through emails, through to everything, but it fit perfectly for what we needed, and the fact that it just works really well for what our business is, and it's very good for stock control, which is the most important part of our business. Well, we've grown fairly quickly. So obviously, from a standing start in 2005, we've got thousands of products on the shelf now. We've got stock inventory of circa 2.1 million. We've got over 2,000 active accounts. We've got 41 members of staff now. This year, our turnover will finish round about the 13-14 million mark. The plan now is just to keep growing. Obviously, we realise we can't grow to where we want to grow just by selling fibre optic, which is why we took on copper, which is why we took on voice, which is now why we're doing training. What we're trying to do is engage more with the end users, so we're trying to deal more with the end user client, so we can get our products specified in, so we effectively become, the company to use. Yeah, what I like about Chaos is we've been with you since we started, and I think you'd only be going. We were customer number 64. Yeah. So we've grown with Chaos, so we have the relationship. I think that Chaos know our business, so I can pick up the phone to Chaos and say, listen, this is what I'm trying to achieve. This is what I want to do. This is why I want it. And there's a team there that work for us to achieve. As a whole, you've generally understood what we wanted, and we've managed to implement that very well.
Oh, fantastic! It's great to know we've supported you through the decade as well as we have. So that's brilliant. Thank you very much for your time, Duncan.
Thank you.